Are you ready to go ahead and create AI assistants, especially if you are an author or a writer? In this video, I'm going to dive into different types of AI assistants that you can create just with ChatGPT. I'll do an actual walkthrough. You'll see the prompts that I will use. And hopefully by the end of this video, you would have at least one AI assistant already up and running and working with you. And if you just want to skip this whole video and work with us at 2XU and having an AI-enabled executive assistant, go ahead and book a call below. And this is coming from someone who did go ahead and publish her book earlier this year, The Scale You book, now available on Amazon. And while I did not write any of the book using AI, I now use AI to basically help me market my book as well, which we'll go into in a little bit. And a big part of that has basically AI freeing me up, where it doesn't have to be just me. My own executive assistant as well just uses bits and pieces of the book when it comes to creating a lot of my own content on LinkedIn and everywhere else. So let's dive right in. Now, the framework that I use a lot when it comes to working with a lot of our clients with their executive assistants at 2XU is that we work with them with the WOW method. So the WOW method is basically a framework that I teach a lot when it comes to prompting, especially when you are priming a prompt, when you're priming basically ChatGPT to give you the right responses. So it's essentially going ahead and giving it who you are, what you do, and who you work with, the outcome that you need from ChatGPT. So basically the type of assistant you need, the kind of expertise that you need from it. And then A is just asking it, are you ready? And then H is the how. So how do you want this formatted? How do you want it done? How do you want it to look like, the output from ChatGPT? And we'll basically use this framework every single time, just as we're starting to create a lot of these AI assistants, and I'll give you guys the best tips on how to keep working with them. Now on here, basically, we're gonna go ahead and start creating the very first one, which is essentially just your content idea generator. Now, I use this a lot when I do get stuck, when I'm not sure what the heck I'm supposed to be doing next, and I just want quick and easy ideas that I can just start creating content out of. Now, there's different ways that you can do this, but let's first set it up. So who you are, what you do, and who you work with. So I'll be putting here, I am an AI consultant. So that's who you are, what you do, and what you work with. I'm an AI consultant with an executive assistant outsourcing agency. Again, more specific, the better the answers from ChatGPT, who works with consultants and authors. And then basically, again, the outcome. You will help me brainstorm ideas for LinkedIn content. Primarily, let's say I just wanted to give me the first sentence, the first hook, just the first hook that would get people to pause and stop. Now, at this point, you can add examples of posts, basically, of people that you like, or you can say, make it sound like right as, Tony Robbins or Gary Vaynerchuk or whatever it is, basically more someone who does have content online. You can add it here. I won't add it here for now. Then I'll say, are you ready? Format is supposed to be a little friendly, AI beginner, and always leaning towards delegating AI to their assistant. So that'll be kind of the idea of like, hey, what do we want to actually have, ask for content. So this will give you a very quick and easy way to get unstuck when it comes to a little bit of that writer's block, and I know it very, very well. But yeah, you can ask it, you can be specific and ask it like, hey, create 10 ideas, create 15 days worth of posts, or you can say 30 days or 60 days, 90 days. What I do recommend that you do is when you are asking or creating an AI content idea generator basically for yourself, is you want to avoid overloading it, like asking like, hey, create like a year worth of content. You want to break it down of like, hey, January I wanted this kind of content, February this kind of content, March we're doing a launch, so I want it to be this kind of content. So you break it down. You don't just put it all in one go. You break it down what you want ChatGPT to do. And of course, you're on the paid version, it can handle more information, but if you're just on the free version, I don't recommend that. But right off the bat, we have a few already, struggling to juggle client demands. Let's talk about how AI assistants can streamline your consultancy operations. Embark on an AI journey, unlock the potential of AI. So I have a really funny pet peeve with the word unlock or engage or elevate because it sounds very ChatGPT. So of course, whatever ChatGPT does give you as content, make sure that you edit it. Always treat it as a first draft. It's never supposed to be your final draft. So always kind of make sure that you clean it up. Again, if you have examples, and actually, let me show you guys a little bit of a way that you can kind of a little bit of a hack, as I do have you guys on the screen share, a little bit of a hack of what I would sometimes do if I'm training a new AI assistant from scratch is I will actually go into my analytics on LinkedIn, and I will actually go ahead and give it a screenshot, just a simple screenshot of like, hey, these were my top posts in the last 7, 8, however long you want to customize that. But it'll give you also, will give it ChatGPT a little bit of like, hey, these are the context of or the posts that work. So let's say I just want to do off of impressions, and then I would just go ahead and literally just take a screenshot of this and then send it to ChatGPT. Now, depending on how you have your things set up, let me go ahead and grab all of that and then go back into the chat. Here are my top posts in the last week. Use it for ideas, for hooks. And basically you have it right there. It's uploading. Hit enter, and again it will read basically the text that's on it, and then like there you go, and it's like, hey, based on your top performing posts, this is how we do it. So I'm walking you guys through not just how to create it, but how to use it best. So basically now we have this whole list of like, AI delegation hooks, soft reflective hooks, authority building, value driven hooks. So now I even have more custom responses. Now if I did this in the beginning, I probably could have. I could have said like, here are my posts, paste the screenshot, here are my posts in the last 7 days that did really well. So then it would have given me more specific. So again, use examples when it comes to creating this, so it's actually closer to what you want. Next is essentially creating your outline creator AI assistant. This is basically, again, if you want to break down a certain idea that you have, you want to use the outline creator to be able to give you a structure, especially if it's going to be a blog post, or in my case, I use it all the time when it comes to creating videos like this, like scripting out my videos. I just use outlines most of the time. I don't have an actual script in front of me. So here, basically, just to clear, one of the things you can do as kind of a shortcut is you can go ahead and grab this, just the beginning part. That way you don't have to always start from scratch on who you are, what you do, and who you work with. And then the outcome is you will help me outline my next big blog post on how a human executive assistant with an AI assistant. And then, are you ready? Responses should just be an outline, but with suggested content, SEO friendly, and has a nice CTA or call to action. So see how or what it comes up with. Here's the outline for your next big blog post. Why your next site should be a human executive assistant with an AI assistant. We have a pretty good introduction. The problem with traditional executive search, it already gives me again that outline of what I can write, how I should write this, because I asked it to give me examples of what should be in the post, so that I can go ahead and start writing this out. And I just have the bullet points basically that I can add into and modify as best as I can. So if you're stuck, if you have this really big idea and you don't have the right way just yet to write it down, to actually break it down into an actual piece of content, you can ask ChatGPT this way to break down, like, hey, I have this idea. Like, even if you're just talking literally to ChatGPT on your phone, if you have the app, then it's one of the easiest ways to get an idea out of your head and into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT can help break it down for you. Now, speaking of breakdown, the next thing that you can use ChatGPT for is honestly just a content breakdown. Now, what I mean by content breakdown AI assistant is you can either have, like, for example, for me, I've uploaded my whole book into ChatGPT and asked it to break it down for me. Hey, what do I need for this? Hey, how can I make this better? Or it could be on the other side, where you have the content of someone else that you want to either follow or you want ChatGPT to use as a reference point, and you can ask ChatGPT to be able to do that. So for me, on my ChatGPT, I do have my book, basically, the Scale You, on a folder. So on here, I have a project. It's called the Scale You Book Launch. And then here, I have the project file that's actually my whole book. So here you can see, book launch plan, trip scaling with VA and AI, asked to break down the content, book promo, video idea. So we're gonna do this from scratch. So I'm gonna ask it, same thing, who you are, what you do, and you work with, and the author of Scale You. you're going to help me break down my content so I can, whatever, teach it in a workshop. I don't know. I'm just making that up. Are you ready? Responses are straight to the point and always reference the book. So then it'll know to look up the file. Now, if you don't want to use projects, you can just upload the file directly on here. There's a plus sign here that you can just upload files. But it says, yes, I'm ready. Workshop title, delegate, systematize, and lead with AI and executive assistants. It has a different modules basically that, again, it grabbed it from my book. So it looked up my book, the file basically that it has, and started breaking it down. So that's how easy it is to just grab it. And then you can even ask it questions like, on the book, what's the best way to know if an assistant is a good match? So you can even ask ChatGPT questions about your content or someone else's content and be able to kind of talk with it back and forth. So here's like, here are the 3 E's to spot a great EA. Someone who's eager, executes, and evolution, improves systems, and gives feedback. So I love this because then I can then just use this later on for content, and also gives me speaking points when it comes to talking to other people as well, of like, hey, yeah, this is what my book's about, this is what it does. So again, it's helped me break down my whole book. Next is the one that a lot of people are using AI for, which is just content repurposing, which is just taking your form, whatever content it is, and then breaking it down to different parts or different forms of content. Now, I did go ahead and create this a few months back where I created a repurposing assistant. Now, this is available on my Gumroad. You guys can go ahead and check it out. But here, this is already kind of set up to repurposing things. So I'll just hit like get started on it. So it's like, can you share the transcription of a YouTube video or a raw document you'd like me to work with? And then I'll turn it to an SEO-friendly blog post, blah, blah, blah. So what I'll actually do is I'll go through my LinkedIn and I'll grab like one of the, recent top posts that we've had. And I can do this with a YouTube video. If I have the transcription of my YouTube video, I can do this with this. I can use it with literally anything that I've created. And I will just paste it on here. And then this one is already geared up where it does create the blog post. It does create like the Instagram post, target audience, consult business owners. It's kind of a little bit generic. Brand, tone, friendly, and educational. And product, service basically is 2XU. So it'll go ahead and grab that. So, why scaling through survival mode is a red flag, what to do instead, the intro, the body. So it's already writing a little bit of, again, the outline of the blog post. It's giving me the Instagram carousel outline that I can create it out of, and then the standalone quote graphics. Now for this, when I made this, I basically did it the same way that we've been doing it, where we have the who you are, what you do, and who you work with, the outcome. So I basically ask it to break down, like make the outline for the blog post, the Instagram post, the carousel post. I'll actually show you guys behind the scenes of how I made that GPT. So basically here, because I did want to make this of course generic, because anyone else could like download or use this, you're a marketing expert specializing in content repurposing for 2XU. Your goal is to break down every single piece of content and adapt it for multiple platforms. So when assisting the user, follow the process, ask, format into SEO friendly, create the outline for the Instagram, caption, 3 to 5 engaging quotes, and then an image for infographic based on the blog post. So that's how it's broken down and how it can create it that fast. And this is essentially an example of an AI assistant that you can just really build very, very quickly. And lastly, you can create an AI assistant that does kind of what I call a content redirect. So this is essentially repurposing your content for a different audience and asking ChatGPT to break down like, hey, what would be the difference if I was talking to this kind of audience versus this kind of audience? So I'll actually use the one that, create the workshop. Redirect this for a target audience of authors. So let's say that you guys are the target market for this. So let's see. So here's a redirected version of how to find a system to match. So it's just rewriting kind of the same thing, but it's very custom to the audience that you want, or for the same thing for the niche that you want, for the platform that you want it to be on. So you're asking ChatGPT to have content you've already created, you've already written, and then just making sure that it's actually custom to who you want to target or who you're talking to. So it's a quick and easy way to honestly just set something up, especially if you're going to be like, for me, I get asked all the time to do workshops for different niche, and I have to instantly change my content to match who they are and who I'm talking to. So this helps me a lot when it comes to getting to the point where I am really honing down the tone to the audience. So making sure that my content matches to who I'm actually going to be talking to. So this is one of the cool and easy ways that I've used ChatGPT on that as well. Now, creating AI assistants doesn't have to be this big scary thing. That's why I'm creating a lot of videos like this where I'm walking people through how easy it is to actually start creating AI assistants of your own. And of course, if you guys like this video, make sure to hit that like button right there. Comment below if you have any other AI assistants you guys want me to build. I would love to do that. And if you still haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home and how to have a business from home, which you guys can check out those two playlists right here and the latest video right here. Hope you guys have an amazing day, and with that, small steps matters, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!